Hello fam, and welcome to another news update from Naija News Monger. Please remember to like, share, comment and subscribe if you haven't done so already. 2024 has been really tough for Nigerians, and now the year is ending with even more stampede tragedies. Total number is now over 70, and I understand some children are still missing from the Ibadan stampede. There are many things that could have been done differently, but I am not sure this is the time to talk about that. We at Naija News Monger pray for the peaceful repose of the victims' souls. More joyful news coming out of Naija is the reconciliation of PSquare, Peter and Paul. They were seen hanging out together in a post on Twitter. I was just too happy seeing these two together. And as for the haters trolling them for not coming out to announce their reconciliation, I will just say, stay on your lane. PSquare, remember, blood is thicker than water, and you don't owe anybody any explanation for reconciling. For God's sake, you are twins, you are brothers. In fact, any attempt to do so might open more wounds and send you back to square one. Don't allow that to happen. You are free to reconcile anywhere you want, under your bed, under your pillow. It no concern anybody. Congratulations to you both, Jerry. Way to go. Now be correct, guys.
Legendary. PSquare outside.
Moving on to international news, Canada faces a crisis as its citizens call for their Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to resign. Word on the streets and even off the streets is that people are fed up of the non-performing government and they are craving a change. People are complaining about out-of-control immigration, with some people saying Canada is now the new India, dubbed Canindia. Just watch this video of a dance scene downtown of Toronto. Check out the comments. There is no hope for Canada. Canada is being colonized by India. Unconfirmed reports say it is difficult to get a job in Canada now because many organizations, including government arms, are full of people from a particular country and they won't hire anyone outside their nationality. Let me keep the name of that country under wraps for now, but your guess is as good as mine. In fact, confirmed sources say documents are now forged and trafficked in Canada on an insane level. They say Oluwole has branches in Canada. I say, They say yes. So, I heard the story of a Naija lady who came across a home that had been badly renovated, all thanks to a fake permit issued by the city of Calgary. She said the house did not have wiring or even pipes for water, and yet it passed city inspection. Ti ṣètò yẹn Naija o. Abi, you don't see house for Naija wey no get wiring. She said the house did not have any wiring or even pipes. Then they say crime is at an insane level and carjackings are no longer news, especially in Toronto. In fact, at some point, the police were so overwhelmed by armed robbers breaking into homes to steal cars that they recommended that people just leave their car keys by the door. Benyo, just watch now.
Car thefts are what they are in the GTA. This is not a new issue. Home invasions to get to your car keys are unfortunately increasing and getting more violent. Terrifying stuff. So last month at a safety meeting, Constable Marco Ricciardi of Toronto Police had a suggestion about where to put your keys with all of these break-ins happening. For those who haven't heard or seen this, again, here it is.
To prevent the possibility of being attacked in your home, leave your fobs at your front door. Break-in enters, because they're breaking into your home to steal your car. They don't want anything else. A lot of them that they're arresting have guns on them, and they're not toy guns, they're real guns. They're loaded.
So the commentary on that.
Canadian police káwọ́ sókè ni o pé we surrender o. They saluted the senior boys. Ẹ̀yin lẹ́lẹ́rú ẹgbẹ̀rún yín. Now una get the load, make una carry go. Is it the number of cars stolen from Canada and shipped to Africa? Something that could have been easily prevented by checking outward bound containers, yet the government did nothing for years. Interpol says it has detected more than 1,500 cars around the world that have been stolen from Canada since February of this year, and around 200 more continue to be identified each week, usually at ports in other countries. Just watch.
Insurance fraud experts are warning of a national crisis of vehicle theft, and a CBC News investigation has tracked down vehicles stolen from Canadian driveways halfway around the world. David Common is in fact in Ghana, reporting on the workings of a vast criminal network that sees Canada as a target.
Here in the West African nation of Ghana, there are a lot of signs of Canada, because if you know someone who's had their vehicle stolen, or if you've had your vehicle stolen, there's a decent chance it's ended up here. Take a look and I'll explain what we mean here. So, Dodge Ram here, this one, we took a look inside. There's insurance documents for the original owner, North York, Ontario. It was likely stolen out of their driveway at night, although we are now seeing increasing carjackings, more violence that's used in what is a surging crime in Canada run by organized crime. And the authorities in Ghana are pleading with Canadian authorities to do something about it, to take more action, because in just the Greater Toronto and Hamilton area, 27,000 vehicles were stolen last year. It's not just Toronto either. Take a look. The original license plate from Quebec on this Ford F-150. You know, up here, that's a CRV. This vehicle came out of New Jersey. But for the most part, these are Canadian vehicles. 2/3 of them in this lot seized by authorities here in Ghana. This particular vehicle, see if we can pull it off here. This, we know, is from Ottawa. Reported stolen, was attempting to be sold here. How do they get here? Well, inevitably, when they get stolen, they rapidly get put onto trucks, onto trains, and into the port of Montreal. They are shipped onwards from that point and get to places like this, get to Ghana, but get beyond, get throughout Africa and the Middle East, where they are sold as legitimate vehicles driven by people. And of course, it's costing Canadians dearly as our insurance.
It's such an epidemic that it was declared a national crisis by the Insurance Bureau of Canada, which says insurers have had to pay out more than 1.5 billion Canadian dollars in vehicle theft claims in 1 year alone. Meanwhile, some Canadians have taken matters into their own hands, doing everything from installing trackers on their cars to hiring private neighborhood security. Imagine needing a megad in Canada. If you know any megad interested in relocating, tell them, say, walk, they Canada. But no before Naija News Monger mouth, and I hear am shall. Sources say Canada is very close to being a third world country now, and they need APC's broom to sweep out Justin Trudeau. Say make a carry load go. Say they don't tire, they no do again. Watch this video.
Prime Minister, are you going to remain in office, sir?
No, what gives you the right to continue? What gives you the right to stay in office? You failed Canada. You've ruined our country. You're done. Walk away. You don't have an ounce of your father's integrity. At least he walked in the snow.
Try. They're even asking him if he'll stay in office. Moving on, it appears that the controversy surrounding Kemi Badenoch's comments continues to do what? To reverberate. I have heard arguments saying what she said is the truth. Well, nobody is saying she's lying. Personally, what I'm saying is that she's not scoring any points by denigrating Nigeria on the world stage. In fact, those Oyimbos will be laughing at her behind her back. She has no idea. And my point is, you also don't earn any points by denigrating your roots. No. You know, there's this Yoruba adage that says, Omoton fi owo si juwe le babe. I don't know how I don't know the rest of that proverb, but I'll translate it for the non-Yoruba speakers. It's something along the lines of a child who points at his father's house with the left hand. You know what that means? That's kind of where I'm going with that. It never bears good fruit. Now, for part 2 of the argument about Naija police, nobody is saying that they are not corrupt, but my own take is that they are a reflection of the society. Oh yes, i.e. the rest of us. I'll tell you a story. Many years ago, when I just started life as a CC, I won't tell you how many years ago, I had this tuke, also known as Fejeron, a Datsun cherry that used to break down anytime it rained in Lagos. For some reason, I don't know what agreement the car had with rain, but once rain falls, you know that car will not work. So on this rainy night, I was driving home from the island. I was working on the island, living on the mainland. And so I was driving on 3rd Mainland Bridge in heavy rain around 9 p.m. because I will usually wait for traffic to ease before going home. I'll hang out with my friends on the island, maybe till around 9, then I'll start driving home. Lo and behold, in the rain at around 9 p.m., my car broke down. Can you believe what happened next? If you have an idea, this is we're at minute 12:36. If you can write what happened next in the comment section, or let me give you a little more detail or more details. So I sat in the car, just wondering what to do, and next thing I know, a Toyota Hilux pulls up. I think I believe that's what it was. I'm not sure. This is many years ago now. Anyway, so inside that Hilux, there were like 4 to 5 police officers, and they came out. Now, this is the time you have this little detail now. If you can guess what they did, please write it in the comments section, and you get a gift from me. This is minute 13:20. Yes. And I give you 1 minute, then no, not up to, we don't even have 1 minute. I'm going to continue. I'll tell you what they did. They asked me what the problem was, and I told them, do you know what this man did? You will never guess right, because it's not what you're expecting. They actually took me home. They said, we cannot leave you here. They took me home. Home was about another 20-25 minutes from there, from 3rd Mainland Bridge. They drove me home. They did not harass me, they did not touch me, and they did not ask me for a dime. This is a true story that happened to me, it's not Nollywood. Where am I going with this story? If that had happened today with the same police officers, assuming they have not retired, I think they may have retired, this is a long time ago now, do you think that it would have had the same, outcome? I don't think so. Why? Because society has changed. In fact, that Hilux safe will not have petrol in it because the person responsible for providing cash has pocketed it. Or worse, the politician in charge of that portfolio has not even released the funds to the police force. Yes. And meanwhile, their meager salaries are always late. Have you entered a police barracks before? You will weep for them, honestly. We are treating them like rats and we are expecting them to show up like lions. Let us have a conscience, people. I believe that if we want the Nigerian police to change, we must first change as a society and then make sure that they have the tools they need to perform. When your relative becomes a politician, you start expecting contracts from them. Oh. When two people have a police case, the highest bidder has the upper hand. Is that highest bidder a police officer? Look, the corruption is within us. In fact, it spread from us to the police. And if you really want to see police corruption, leave Nigeria. You will go far, Go to New York City. You will know that Nigerian police officers are learning work. Recently, the highest ranking uniformed officer in the New York Police Department resigned amid allegations that he demanded sex from a subordinate in exchange for opportunities to earn extra pay. Hear what one lawyer said. This should have been done a long time ago, meaning that the corruption don't take no be today. The lawyer went on to say, this has been years in the making. This kind of behavior. This is not a shock for anyone who understands how things work in this department. Are you hearing? It's New York Police Department, no be Nigeria. Hey. Or is it the police officers that conceal evidence just to get black people jailed in the United States? Or you haven't heard about the Toronto police officer in Canada who stole from the Pied while on duty? He stole watches, credit cards, and when he was caught and out on bail, he tried to escape from Canada. They now caught him at the airport. Another one stole from a crime scene, yet another stole a white man's estate. Let me tell you something, guys. The crime rate in all these developed countries would have been higher than the crime rate in Africa if their justice system was as porous as ours. I figured that out a long time ago. And the UK police force that Kemi will not let us rest about also has its own bad eggs. As of January of this year, more than 150 officers and staff in England and Wales were found guilty of various crimes, a 70% rise on the previous year. Make una help me tag Kemi Kowagbo. Home Office figures show that between April 2022 to April 2023, 115 officers and 43 staff were found guilty of crimes including sex offences and violence, up from 68 and 25 the year before. About a third of police officers in England and Wales, which is I think about 13,000 from the math I did, received a public complaint about them. And about 71% of those allegations were so serious that they involved either pie or injury. And if they had been proven, they may have resulted in criminal or disciplinary proceedings. Tag Sisi Kemio, whether she will still continue to do fata after hearing all this. Our next video is to bring you a note of caution as we enter the Yuletide season. Be careful with what you consume. Fake drinks are everywhere. Just watch.
See what they are packaging here.
There is this central.
Yes, now you see all the fake that they are doing here. My God. This is Jackson. Jensen. See, amo. From the same source. All this expensive wine from the same source. This is a Zuku market. See how they filter. See, look at their filter. This is the funnel.
No, when you decide those ones, you can just carry it.
From the same source. You get white horse. From the same source. From the same source. From the same source. No, not just few. Then we'll destroy this one. This is their cooking.
Aunty Ramota has revealed the father of her baby. Recall we broke the news of her pregnancy a few days ago. Just watch.
So Lande kí lẹ rí sọ sí gbogbo awuyewuye tó ń lọ online nípa ọ̀rọ̀ Aunty Ramota lóyún kò ṣoyún. Sẹ́ẹ̀rì ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà yìí ó kàn máa ń pa mí lẹ́rìn ni. Sẹ́ẹ̀rì ó láwọn nǹkan kan tó jẹ́ pé ànídà ti máa dragi. Àìpẹ́ kan sọ pé èèyàn lóyún. So kí là ń drag ẹ̀ fún? Oyún tó at least báyìí oṣù mẹ́ta ti wà sẹ́yìn. So tán bá dẹ̀ sọ fún pé èèyàn lóyún oṣù mẹ́ta ẹ̀dẹ̀ máa síbi oṣù mẹ́ta mọ́ at least oyún tó bá fi máa di bí oṣù bíi mẹ́fà oyún ṣá gbọ́dọ̀ máa yọ. So ẹ̀dẹ̀ máa ń gbà yẹn bóyá ó yọ àbí oyún ò yọ. Àwọn pátápátá ẹ̀dẹ̀ tún máa sóṣù mẹ́fà mọ́ á jẹ́ bí oṣù mẹ́sàn-án. Ẹ máa respect baby pé ó yẹ kẹ́ni ti bímọ. Èmi ò rò pé ọ̀rọ̀ oyún àbí òṣoyún ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó yẹ kéèyàn máa gbà bí ẹni gbàgbọ́ ọtí. So ǹjẹ́ mi rí sọ sí ni. So nǹkan tẹ́ ń clarify fún wa ni pé wọ́n ní oyún yẹn lóòótọ́.
Of course 3 month pregnancy.
3 month pregnancy. Ta ló wá lóyún yẹn?
Ìyẹn gangan ni sẹ́wọ̀n pé obìnrin ló mẹni tí òun lóyún fún. So ẹnu onípọ̀n láti ń gbọ́ pọ̀n. Thank God òun náà wà ń bí fún rẹ̀. So òun ló lè dáhùn yẹn.
Aunty Ramota ẹ má bínú mo realize pé ẹ wá gentle gan but ó yẹ lọ mo fẹ́ kẹ́ clarify fún gbogbo àgbáyé pé ṣé ẹ lóyún lóòótọ́. Ẹ lóyún lóòótọ́. Ta lẹ wá lóyún fún? Ta ló fún yín lóyún?
Ọkọ mi.
Ọkọ yín ló fún yín lóyún? Ta lọkọ yín?
Lande.
Ẹ sọ sókè káwọn ayé.
Lande.
Lande ló fún yín lóyún? Á ti tó how many months tẹ́ ti lóyún yìí? Ọkọ yín mọ̀?
Bẹ́ẹ̀.
Lande dẹ̀ lọkọ yín? Ó dẹ̀ dá yín lójú?
Bẹ́ẹ̀.
Kì dẹ̀ ń ṣe nǹkan tí ó rúyàn lójú? Àwọn nìkan náà ń bá yín lájọṣepọ̀? So I think.
Anyway, congrats to once again to Lande and Aunty Ramota. We have come to the end of today's update. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Fam, don't let Naija News Monger take T-Pain for Christmas. I will see you in the next one. Till then, I'll say Merry Christmas to you, my fam, and I pray that celebrations will not and never cease in our homes. Amen.